Hey, what's up, fam? So I want to drop this like real. I want to keep it real with you, okay? We can be a different people because of how we act, our decorum, and our grace. Now, believe me, like those types of things, they wouldn't be given to any one of us if the situations were switched. It just is what it is, and you have to accept that for what it is. But when someone who passes on, I guess you'd say, on the right side, conservative side, we saw what happened with Herman Cain. We saw what happened to Donald Trump's brother. We saw the words that were used and the hashtag and stuff like that, and this pretty vile stuff. But see, the difference here is, people were watching that and they saw just how, you think about it, it's pretty sad, kind of terrible. Well, we can be different, especially with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Despite her politics and judging from the freaking bench, which is really you shouldn't be doing, she still had a lot of courage, especially through the cancer stuff. So we can honor her in that. But we can also be different how we communicate about the whole thing. And I want to encourage you about that, because as people are going through what they're going through right now, especially politically in our society, you're already seeing folks flip out. I don't know if you saw the AOC thing yesterday, but she basically was trying to radicalize. Basically, we need to be radicalized as liberals and Democrats. And that's the deal, is that a lot of folks who are on that side just aren't like that. They're not radical. And that's what the difference is. Like I told you before, I'm speaking really to those who are conservative. And you see, I've got my walk away on. Well, the deal is that there's people like me who were Democrat, who left because of the radicalization, who left because of the vitriol, who left because of the way that they would talk about other Americans, and the way that was completely Marxian. And it's not, and it's terrible at its source, because it is meant to divide, and they'll project their vitriol onto others as if other people are doing what they're doing, but other people aren't really doing what they're doing. And what's sad too, the folks who are like just trying to make a statement about, wanting ethnic equality and stuff like that, who are the BLM supporters and stuff, they're noticing right now that what they're supporting won't actually support them when they want to, be patriotic and then a supporter of that organization. There's no room for both. It's only a Marxist way of thinking. It is, you are for me or you're against me. There's no in between. And so this is where I'm talking to you, okay? The deal is that there's people who are looking for something that resembles normal, because the new normal is division. The new normal is chaos. The new normal is control. And that's not what people want. People want the American way, which is actually people having the freedom to be American. And that's why, when I talk about being proud to be American, you have to understand that I understand that there's things in American history that aren't always good, but still an American, man. And I still think that this is the best place on earth to live. And the folks come here all from around the world to be here. So you think about it, if we're so racist, why was it that a gang of white people voted for Obama? Why is it the gang of white people? Why isn't that all our police officers are not all white? Okay, this is if we're racist, then they would all obviously, and this is obviously a generalization, but they would all be what supposedly is racist, which is white people, right? That would be what it would be, but it's not. You have people of all ethnicities who hold these positions of power, who hold these positions of influence, and it's not just one. So for us to be different people, it means that we look at this stuff from reality and we don't let ourselves fall into the same traps that they fell into, which is a straight up hate. Because believe me, I've received the hate, and it's freaking bad. But it's not who I want to be, and I can be somebody different, and I need you to be that different as well too. I need you to be the difference. So when people are talking to you about, RBG, and you can say something that's negative, just let it go by the wayside, and then we set ourselves apart. Okay, the way that you set yourself apart is by just taking care of business, whether or not somebody notices you're doing it or whether they do. Okay, you just take care of business. We need to take care of business as conservatives, as individuals who came from the left, who might have been liberal, who want to be liberal or progressive or Democrat, and you might still be, but you see the insanity of what the people are willing to do to just keep and gain power, and that's what's sad. Okay, we need to understand what that looks like, because people like us, they're just looking for something freaking normal. And that's why it's so important that, I'm just gonna be real with you, if we leave this Supreme Court opened in 4-4 seat, we are going to have massive issues come after November 3rd, because you're already seeing the folks on the radical left. They actually are trying to do their best to undo and undermine the elections. They already put out the Russia hoax. All that stuff was all a hoax. People know that now, okay? They're actually, I mean, this is too much research out there showing that, yeah, it was an actual hoax. Well, if you understand what they're willing to do to try to gain power, you understand what they'll try to do to keep power out of the hands of people who might have some sort of sanity. So that would be sad. So let's just take the crap right now. Just get it over with, okay? Get somebody up in there that will actually sit in the seat in the Supreme Court and help decide. If it comes down to the elections going to the Supreme Court, then it's decided, and we're not left as a society without an actual president, because that's actually what these people want. They want to leave this nation in the hands and in the arms of people who want to bring chaos and anarchy. So take the lumps now. Let us do what we got to do. We are Americans. We're patriotic. We understand what it means to want to stand up for the nation, people's freedoms. We also know too what it looks like when people want to control others and make them do what they want to do. You got to understand that we're in this position, and this is a very unique like period of time. It's unique in that there's an actual attack from the inside, not from without. The inside before happened with the Civil War, where a gang of people that were white, black, and everything in between died to bring this nation freedom, and also to show express our freedom and away from slavery. So, and what that even looked like, and that's what the GOP actually stood for. It was like this to, stand up against the Democrat Party and their desire for slavery in the South and across this nation, and to spread it. So we can be who we're supposed to be. We can be better. We can also speak the truth about what's going to happen if we don't get somebody in there in that Supreme Court seat. And we can use decorum when talking about this woman, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Because if we don't, we sound and look just like them. And I know that you're not. And that's the deal, is that for the stuff that I've received, I know that we're a different set of people. And some of us just got to, rein it in, man. Rein it in. Be different. And show that difference. It comes from heart and soul. And my last thing I'm going to ask you to do, be in prayer for this nation. I'm in prayer every day about this nation and what it is that we're going through, because I'm seeing that only God can actually bring us back together. It's not going to be any legislation. It's going to be anything other than the grace of Jesus Christ to bring us together again. And I'm asking you to pray as well too, because if we're not praying, we're not doing our job. And I believe that no matter what our political affiliation is, our allegiance to Jesus Christ will actually change what this nation looks like from the inside out. I believe that to my core, and I believe that we can do that together, because all those folks on the couch, we understand what it looks like to be brought under subjugation of folks who have something going on between their eyes, behind their eyes. We don't want that for ourselves. And those people on the TV, they're looking more and more crazy every single day. They are. And now with this happening, it's just going to get worse. Take care. Be safe.